Hello everyone, this is favorite Uncle Bob back in a video, and today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Titans Return Kup with Flintlock, which is a very interesting name for a Titan Master Headmaster guy, but okay. So anyways, before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which video, what else would you like to see in a video. So onto the figures themselves. Here we have Kup in his Cybertronian alt mode, and I'm just going to set Flintlock off to the side, take a quick look at all those details. So you got the nice 4 headlights up front painted, which I think is a bit overkill, but if 2 of those are his blinkers, then okay, it's not overkill. But saying that they're painted the same headlights, so yeah. You get a nice molded seat in there, and this does raise up to get in there, so looks nice. Unfortunately, there is no like steering wheel or anything, but seeing how this transforms makes sense. And going down the body, you get some nice kind of gray paint right here and here. The wheels are done in a smoky transparent plastic, painted over with this. Could have been a nicer shade of teal, but it's not the worst shade it could have done. So, and he's got a nice bed right back here. Nothing painted back there, so yeah, not too bad. He rolls okay-ish. So, and let's take a quick look at Flintlock, which honestly would make a lot more sense for a Target Master, but oh well. He kind of reminds me of Jazz. Just, I guess the head sculpt a little bit of Jazz, so. But yeah, now as far as articulation, head is on a ball joint, it's your typical Titan Master, Prime Master stuff, so 360 turnaround. Arms can move up all the way, can move out a little bit. Hips and knees are pinned together, so forward, back, and all the other fun stuff. So there is that. Now, real quick, he does come with 2 accessories. Comes with 2 mirrored weapons of these, so looks very good. If they honestly were, didn't have these seats, these would be really nice guns. But you can plug them together if you would like to form that bathtub weapon. Have Flintlock sitting in it, sort of. There we go. Get him sitting in there. Then you can just, plug this back here on either of these 5mm ports. Or what you can do is separate this, have one facing towards the cab, well, both facing towards the cab. Then having this one open up, get Flintlock in a seated position, and sit him inside. Somewhat. There we go. And he can be driving around in Kup with a very dangerous float, so yeah, not too bad. Now, for a real quick size comparison, here we have G2 Sideswipe, and Kup does form a pretty decently sized, as far as height goes, pickup truck, so not too bad. So, as good as this truck mode is, let's get down to that robot mode. So, go ahead and remove these guns. Go ahead and open this up. Pull out Flintlock, set him off to the side, and just leave it up for right now. You want to come to these front wheels right here. Untab them. You also want to bring down the bed of the truck and swing this around. Do the same thing for this side. Unpeg that, swing it around, and it will inadvertently split the legs. So get this tabbed up in there. Get this panel out as well. Then you'll fold it up at the hinge right here and a hinge right here. So fold it up. Whoops. And then this will wrap around and fold up. This will just sit right there. This will go ahead and tab down. And then you do what you can to get the foot out, which mine is a combination of that like perfect tightness and looseness where it's tight to come out, but it's also loose. Yeah, come on. I might have to go get my spudger. Come on. Come on. Okay. You know what? I am going to get my spudger. I will be right back. Alright, spudger acquired and fly going everywhere, so get this out the best we can. I kind of wish it was like the thing was like right here instead of right there, but oh well. So, there we go. Flip the foot out, which is on a soft ratchet for some reason. Anyways, Go ahead and flip this down and it will tab into place, and do the same thing for this side. Thankfully, we won't have that many issues getting the foot out, so get this all flipped out. Then we will flip out the foot. There we go. Flip out the foot, and there you have a pair of legs. So got to zoom out real quick. There we go. And raise up. Now, I do really like how these arms transform. Oh, and also we got to pull this body down. All right. So for the arms, you just want to untab them and bring them down. Untab and bring it down. If it hasn't done so already, the front of the vehicle will fold up in there. Tab in. Then you can just drop down the windshield. Then you got 2 tabs going into 2 slots right there. So get that tabbed in while also folding the rest of the body up. Rotate the legs around and loose hips. Next, untab the forearms, or tab the arms, which is a little bit tricky, but it's nice. There we go. And then flip that hand down. Do the same thing for this side. Get this untabbed. Golly, Kup, I know you're old, but yeah. Golly, that is tight. There we go. Such a simple but yet nice step of transformation there, assuming that they just don't get stuck. So, but get him standing on those loose joints that I could need to tighten up. Then you just want to take Flintlock, focus, thank you, fold them in half, and there is your head sculpt for Kup. It looks okay-ish. Kind of wish the helmet was a little bit different color. But you plug it in right here. I tend to find that mine wants to plug in this way, and then you got to rotate it. But there you go. There you have Kup in robot mode. And I got to raise up a little bit. There we go. And he looks, pretty okay-ish. I know that the Takara version did round out the shoulders and everything, so yeah, not too bad. And we've already taken a look at the face sculpt, and like I said, I kind of wish it was more of a blue, but I get they're going for the toy look. That's what Hasbro did at this time. They went toy look, Takara went more cartoon. So now, as far as articulation, head can do a full 360, can look up a little bit, down a little bit side to side. You get boulder and shoulder, so full 360 along with the outward movement. Granted, if you move it out at the actual shoulder joint, you have to do it this weird angle, but you can use the transformation joint to avoid that. You get a bicep rotation, double jointed elbows. The wrist only move outwards, despite looking like they could move in. You get a waist rotation. Now, you can cheat and say he has an ab crunch. Just make sure to not, get the pose right. So, legs can move forward that far, back that far. Can almost do the full splits, but he is older, so he's not as lumbar as he normally is. So, thigh rotation. You get 90 degrees of knee bend, and the feet can only move up and down, unfortunately. So, yeah, not too bad in the posing department. So, and you can bring in his weaponry, and now if you want to, you can combine these together and plug it onto his back as a makeshift jetpack if you'd like, flying off. Or, obviously plug it into his hand like a full gun. What I like to do is just plug it into his hand separately. So, yeah, not too bad. So, but anyways, for a real quick size comparison. Here we have G2 Sideswipe, and as you can see, he gets a pretty decently sized figure, so yeah. So overall, this one is, it's hard to tell if he's better or worse than the, in my opinion at least, the SS86, because I like how the shoulders are more up with the actual collarbone type of area, whereas the SS86 is more down here, it seems like. And yeah, now granted, if you got the Takara version, yeah, that would be a little bit tougher of the thing. But for this one, 86 wins out just barely, honestly. The Takara one, I think that'd be about even. You couldn't go wrong either way. The only lacking thing would be, the ankle tilts. So other than that, very nice figure, definitely solid, fun transformation. I do love how they utilize what would be the get this popped out friction joint right here. It plugs into that port right there. That's pretty clever. They could have just left that free floating. So yeah, but that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and stay tuned for more video reviews.